Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday?
Yeah.
I had to think about that one then. I had to think about that. Welcome to Hunky Dory TV. And today we have a very, very fun show for you. I think it's one that everyone looks forward to. It's the start of our Super Saver deals. I'm here, I'm joined by Rebecca.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday.
Thursday.
I nearly forgot then.
We're going to have some super crafting fun. As we know, the month is coming to an end. We're starting off with a new month, and it always means around this time we're going to bring you these deals. They're deals on sort of essential items that we know you're going to need, you're going to love, and quite a lot of the items on the show are actually things that people have requested as well. So hopefully there's something in today's show that you are going to be excited about. It's going to get you onto the website and putting in your orders. So before we get into it, let's have a look at this week's Win It Weekly. Every single week we do this and it's incredible. We give away over £100 worth of goodies, and this week's giveaway is to win the fantastic Clockwork Emporium Moonstone dies collection. Look at these, absolutely beautiful. Some of my favourite dies we brought out last year to craft with. There's so much you can do with these. You can get really fun with your gilding flakes, with maybe gilding wax if that's something that you have. Create some really rustic looks by colouring your mirror or sanding it back. Really, really lovely. There's going to be 2 winners, and this week's question is the following. It's a funny one, this one. You need to like, share and comment. Roughly, what percentage of people in the world can wiggle their ears? Is it A, 35%, B, 8%, or C, 20%? I tried yesterday. I tried to get Dan to do it at home to see if he could do it, and he couldn't. So what percentage of people in the world can wiggle their ears? Like, share and comment and let us know. Okay, let's get straight into it, and we'll have a look at what is coming up on this week and a little bit of Super Savers. I have to let you know as well that all of these deals we're showing you today are going to last up until the 6th of March, which is also super important because that means that if you're waiting for payday, it's not a problem because you can get your orders in next week and still have some of these amazing goodies. So let's get into it. The first one we have for you is a really good deal across our adorable Scorable card blanks. Now you can get them in 2 sizes, and we do 3 different packs for you. So the first one I'm going to show you is our A5 Pastels. So in here you're going to get 5 different colours. We've got I'll show you through them. You've got the really nice dusky blue, we've got purple, we've got the pink, the green, and that beautiful sort of orange colour as well. So you're going to get all of them. You get in each pack 5 different colourways, so it's 25 altogether. These are any 2 for £15 right now. So that's the first set. The second set we have here is our bright colours. Let's run you through the colours here. These are all A5 in size, but one thing we want to tell you is don't be deterred by these sizes, and we're going to go over to Becca in a moment because she's going to show you just how universal having card blanks like this is in your stash, because you can do so much with it. So they're your bright colours, and then we have our Monochromes selection. Again, 25 colours. There's 5 different colours in total, and you're going to receive 5 of each. So in this one you've got your white, you've got the most beautiful, I love this grey. I think this grey is probably the nicest one. It's like on the edge of white, but it's not white. Then you've got your black, you've got your slate grey, and then you've got that really nice ivory as well. So all of these now are only 2 for £15. As well as doing them with your in A5, we also have them for you in 6x6. So let me just pop this on here. I've got a feeling they're going to fall, so we might hear a crash in a moment, but no worries. So we've got exactly the same colourways for you again. You've got your pastels, you've got your monochromes, and then you've got your brights, all in that amazing 6x6 size. It is our beautiful, adorable Scorable, so you know the quality is going to be really good For using with things like little books, so you can save your adorable Scorable because you've already got that colour behind for your mats and layers, these are going to be perfect. But like I said, there's so much more you can do with them. So let's go over to Becca because I believe she's going to do some fun things for us.
I am going to try, certainly. I'm just basically going to show you all of the, the possible uses for these card blanks. They're so handy. As Nat sort of briefly mentioned, they really save the A4 for other uses. You don't have to start.
I think so.
Yeah, exactly. It makes it much more reasonable, much more versatile. And yeah, it just makes it go so much further. So you don't, and as well, I think with these, if you're going to use them as A5s, they already come with the matching envelopes as well. So
envelopes for every single pack you get included.
Yeah, absolutely. So Emily's kind of just given me just a kind of random selection of colours to just kind of get busy with and show you all of the different ways that these can be trimmed. So I'm going to trim them and then we're going to do sort of a fun fold at the end of this sort of mini demo, tips and techniques, kind of just showing you what you can do with them. So obviously it can just be folded in half, A5, insert, absolutely no problem. But there are other sizes for these. So I'm just going to start chopping and show you all the sizes that you can make with these. Okay, so you can obviously make your 7x5s. So the envelopes won't match these, but if you are wanting to cut them up, which quite often we do, because sometimes I do look at them and I just don't want to make that size. I want to make a different size. So super, super easy way. And again, you've got your strips, which can be made into panels, little stripes, anything you like. Do not throw those sort of 3 strips away. They're so, so handy. So you can make a 7x5. And let's carry on chopping this one down, because this one makes the most sense to do so. And again, you've got your stripes there as well. You can make a 6x4. So super, super handy. And again, with the fold there, they can be used as tent fold or a normal fold, absolutely fine. Got a couple more ideas there as well. They can also be made into your sort of slimline cards as well.
Yes.
So you can make them 4x8, so just chop in there and then chopping the length off. Or if you want to do the sort of DL measurement, I do have
just slightly under 2, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Slightly under 4, sorry.
Slightly under
2
4.
notches under 4.
I want to say, yeah, this one I've got is 2 notches under 4. So you can just cut it, like I say, 8x4, or you can cut it to the DL. So we're going to do that first of all. So that's your 4 inches there. So if you were wanting an 8x4 with those round numbers, you would cut there. Or if you were wanting the DL, like I say, you would cut those 2 notches off the front there. So that would make your sort of DL. And I feel like slimline cards are so fashionable right now.
So fashionable.
So interesting. There's a lot of sort of dies and pads on the market that are just so suitable for that long way down. Absolutely fine. And again, they look so great in these cheerful bright, these are just some of our bright collection here. So they're absolutely fabulous for doing that.
It's just such a good thing to have in your stash, I think, because
definitely
having our ink me card blanks is really good. And if you're a stamper, ink me card blanks are second to none because you can stamp straight onto them. You can do so many different things with them. But if you're a paper crafter, and particularly you use our adorable Scorable, then there's no reason why these aren't something that you should have in your stash.
Oh, definitely not.
Because you've got a range of different colours, colours that are the same as our adorable Scorable. So you're going to be able to mix and match if you want to.
Oh, definitely.
With like little bits and pieces you might have left over. You're going to be able to use them with little books, with
kits,
popper topper pads, with collections. They're perfect.
Saying that, I don't actually think this is... So we're going to cut this one down and I'm going to cut an aperture into this one just so it will fit in the machine. So let me just... It's just going to be a little bit big. Obviously, if you've got the Gemini, the full Gemini or a big die cutting machine, you can put an aperture straight onto this. But let me just double check. These plates are, the 6x9, aren't they? So let's cut our card down. Or we might actually go with this little purple one because this is so cute. So again, just taking your nesting dies or anything that you've got in your stash, and you can make these little apertures here. So I'm just going to put a really, really small one on here. And you can just cut those windows out, put your trim me's behind them or your message, your toppers.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Having your little message on the inside and then you can just pop it out.
Oh, it would be so cute. I think I've got a trim me pad as well hanging around, so I will definitely have a look at popping one of those in. Okay, so we're going to go with this smaller one for here. So this is just our Duo stitch circle die. So I'm just going to pop that just onto there and just pop that through our die cutting machine. So this should fit really, really nicely on our plates.
Another tip as well for anyone who is wanting to do a larger aperture in this way, like Rebecca's doing, is that because these plates on your midis are quite thin, what you can do is you can pop the score line, just sort of like wedge it between your plates.
Okay.
And then it's only going to cut through the front.
Oh.
So then it won't cut through the back. So if you want to be able to cut apertures into your sort of like bigger card shapes, and that's one way that you can do it.
Oh, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm definitely going to try that. Like, that's such a handy way to use them. So again, we're just going to lift that out and remove our tape.
But like you say, we've got so many different nesting dies that you can do this with.
Oh, exactly. You could use hearts, circles, squares, whatever you wanted.
And not only apertures, you can use them to actually make your card blanks. So you could make shaped ones.
Yes, yes, I actually was going to show that. So again, so we would just sort of pop that there. And that would look just so, so cute. Obviously, these are designed to use with the cutting guides, but there's no reason why you can't just lay that on top and that would be your card front.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you wanted to do that, we'll just very quickly finish this because it won't take me long.
Because if you cut it, is there on the back, is it not got a 4x6 cut in?
Yeah, but I think, will it not put it centrally? And I think I've just done it a little bit close to the top.
That's true.
So if you lay it out, and it doesn't take too long to do this, so just kind of lay it out just as is. You can pop a little bit of tape on if you want to, really secure it down. And then just drawing those lines, because you can do them on the trimmer.
Yeah, you can.
So let's just
I didn't think about this actually.
Draw a little line on here.
Good tip.
Yeah, it's a great tip, and it's just an extra way to use your trim me pads because we've all got those kind of kicking around in our stash. Super, super handy. And again, like just putting them nearer to the top as well, it really makes it focus point, and you can put something on the bottom, maybe a piece of ribbon or an extra border.
You've got your space for your message as well, haven't you?
Exactly, exactly. So just kind of drawing around there. And like I say, we can always neaten up those lines with the trimmer. Yeah, they were an absolute lifesaver. When I was working from home, some of these card blanks were just a lifesaver, so I could really utilise my adorable Scorable, my A4, keep onto it and just make the most economical use out of it, because I think I definitely took our craft room for granted when I was working from home. And you soon run out when
you do.
When you're using your your own stash. Okay, so
now if you just trim that to 4.
Yep.
It's going to be perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And they're on such a good deal. This is the lowest they've ever been. So since we first launched these, you won't have seen these prices. So you can get any two for £15 today and up until the 6th of March as part of our Super Saver deals. So our A5 or 6x6 card blanks and envelope selection.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I say, you don't have to use them this way. Obviously, with this one, we've cut it down to a 4x6. Oh, that's just going to look so cute in there. I'll just glue that in and just trim that tiny bit of overhang. And again, you can pop it straight on the inside or on there if you want to put.
On the inside.
On the inside.
Because then you've got your message to sort of
right around it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's do that then. Let's put it on the inside. We'll certainly do that. These are just such an essential to have in your stash, especially teamed up with your trim me insert pads. They're just such quick, easy, effortless cards, which I absolutely love, especially with like my personal crafting. I really do. And you find that obviously having this job, more people ask you to like whip up a card. So I probably make more personal cards than I used to do like before I joined here. Because now just everyone knows that I make cards.
Everyone knows.
So I'm just going to trim that little bit of overhang off. Oh, that looks so cute.
Such a good idea, isn't it?
And again, you could make those into little notelets. They'd be so simple for just little 5-minute cards. Okay, so we love that. We absolutely love that. Now, let's step it up a little bit further and we will make a really awesome stepper card. So
I'm excited for this one.
I'm excited for this one. Let's grab this beautiful lilac colour out of our Pastels selection. I'm just surrounded by all these card blanks. I can't even choose. Okay, so flipping over the scoreboard to the metric side, we want to draw our line at 11. Okay, so just grabbing my ruler. Yeah, that's right, perfect. So we're going to line it this way with the score line going down and just sort of draw our line, line my ruler up along and just draw the line at 11.
And this is because you've already measured to see where your image will go.
Yeah, of course. It's going to be a step, like a sort of side stepper.
Okay.
So I'm just going to pop that away and then let's turn our card base around and put our scores in. Okay, so it's already scored halfway for us, so we don't need to bother with that one. So we're going to score at, and you just score up to the pencil line. So you just score at 3, giving it some really nice good creases because it is our amazing 350 GSM Adorable Scorable. Score again at 6 and 10.5. Now normally if you were making this out of A4 we'd say to score across the side, but we don't need to do that.
No, we don't need to do that. It's
already done. And then score one last time at 22. So again, really nice, good creases with our score tool there. So we'll move this scoreboard out the way, giving ourselves a little bit of room. We'll move these scraps and we'll save those just on there. And then we'll bring our trimmer back in because this is so easy to do, so simple.
So handy to be able to have this sort of technology built into your trimmer as well.
It's great, isn't it?
It's the best.
So just pop in your pencil line just on there, or again, you can line it up to 11 because we know that that's where we've drawn our line. And what we want to do is go from this first score line to the last at the bottom. So just gently kind of, sorry, just excuse my head. Just gently with the trimmer there, going from the top to the bottom of those score lines. Really, really easy. Just lift it up to double check. Might just go a teeny bit further on there. There we go. And that's it. And you can really wiggle it so gently to just get that little extra bit on those lines.
Just to make it hit those score lines.
Yeah, absolutely. So then we're going to sort of mountain and valley fold this so that it's all really, really nice and neat. We're going to grab our score tool just in case anything needs any extra burnishing. And what we're going to do is just sort of mountain and valley fold it so it's all really, really pretty.
You want that one to go backwards, don't you? The first one.
Yeah. There we go. You know, it's just such strong cardstock, isn't it? It's amazing.
But for scores like this, cards like this, it's great because of that.
You know it's going to hold.
The weight of it. Yeah, it's going to hold. It's going to, once you've burnished all of your scores, it's going to sit really nicely. So it is perfect for all of your sort of different sizes, but it's great to know that you can make these different sizes by using these card blanks. So, you know, things like easels, steppers.
Oh, definitely.
You're always going to be able to utilise these card blanks and just use them in a different way.
Yeah, definitely. So this is my stepper. So it's got a really nice big front panel, perfect for maybe a little book page or an image or a topper. And then you can, and even these are really nice, good steps for you to put extra toppers, extra embellishments.
Decoupage pads, things like that. You could put little sentence bits and pieces down the side. So think of how you can use these differently because not only are they A5 and 6x6, but there's so much more that you can do with them. So thank you for showing some of those ideas. If you are looking for primary craft tools, then we've got something for you as well. We have our guillotine. This is our, I think it's 8.5 by 6 inches, the grid size on here. So it's perfect for all of those people who like to craft on the go, whether you go to craft clubs and things like that. It's really good size because it fits perfectly within your craft trolleys. You've got a handy little sort of like, there we are, a little guard here so you can make sure that your paper is nice and in place before you bring your before you bring the blade down. And I think using things like your guillotine is so handy for certain things where you want to have those really nice clean edges. It's absolutely essential for that. It's a self-sharpening blade, which is good because every time you use it, it's going to go against that panel here and sharpen it itself. It's really, really portable. So like I said, any sort of traveling that you're going to do, it's great for that as well. It's one thing that a lot of the card makers in the office absolutely love to use, and the really fun thing about it is it's got a little hook here, so if you're someone who's super tidy, everything has a place, you can just hook that up. I know Craig Lard at Crafter's Companion has his on the side of his drawers. He loves the fact that you can do that. So Premier Craft Tools Guillotine, now £14.99. And then we have 2 punches for you. So these are our corner rounder punches. We have them in 2 different sizes. First of all, we've got our maxi punch. This is £4.79, so perfect for doing those corner edges like we did on the show on Monday. And then if you want sort of a smaller edge as well, so maybe you're wanting to recreate the idea but using your toppers, then you can chop the corners from your toppers or your little book pages, pop them onto a piece of mirri, and away you go. So this one is now only £2.99. So the maxi and the midi corner rounder punches are now on offer as part of our Super Saver deals. So get onto the website and have a look at what's coming up as well, because there's so much more to show you. But before we get into the next little bit, I want to, if you weren't watching yesterday, I want you to be in for an amazing surprise, because we launched our Holographic Heaven. This is an amazing cardstock. You're going to get 42 sheets of this. There's 6 designs, and you're going to get 7 sheets of each. The GSM ranges, I think, so you've got different sort of ranges in here, but it is super, super, really quite heavy. So for those people who like to construct, and then you want to be able to, you know, have a really fantastic background piece for maybe your boxes and your toppers to go onto, then this is perfect for that. I was also saying just earlier on how amazing this would look with your Christmas crafting this year. So if you're someone who likes to think ahead and think, what can I make with all of my crafting? What do I need to be an essential part of my Christmas crafting? Then I think this is it. Is our Holographic Heaven, just £14.99. But I want to show you just how much you get, because I don't really think you can see it there. This is absolutely everything. So you can see the 6 designs there. You've got those stripes. You've got those sort of like icicles, which I know some people are probably watching from their windows, because lots of people were telling us it's snowing in places around the country. I do think the one in the centre actually kind of looks like snow. This one's kind of got that sort of snowfall feel. It's really pretty. And then you've got sort of those really nice circle images over at the top. So that is everything you are getting. Just £14.99 for our Holographic Heaven. Okay, let's have a look at what else is coming up to show you, because we've got some amazing deals. Next up, we've got our Duotone paper pads. Now, these are great for crafting when you're using your Matastic selections, or when you're, if you're a stamper, these are great for that as well. They're currently on a buy one, get one free. So you can, they're £9.99, but you're going to get 2 for the price of 1, and really, you get in 4 for the price of 2, because our Duotone paper pads consist of 2 different colours within one pad. So on one side you have sort of the dark to light, and then on the opposite side, if we turn it over, you have the same again, but in that different colour shade. One thing to note as well is that our Duotone paper pads, the colours are chosen from our Matastic selection. So if you're wanting to mix and match, if you're someone who lives somewhere where your cards, when you send your cards, it's done by weight rather than size, then you want all your papers and mats and layers to be really thin, then this is a great idea for using instead of your Matastic. So we've got a really large selection as well. We've got Cornflower, and we've got Lovely Lilac. We've got Kiwi Crush and Crystal Lagoon. I think the Crystal Lagoon is my favourite colours. Look at those teals. Really, really, really nice colour shades in there. And then we've got an Essential Art Licorice and Terracotta. So you've got all of those nice shades of browns on one side, moving into those more like muddy orangey colours. And then on the reverse, you've got the blacks there as well. So for stamping, for mats and layering, you can stamp straight onto here as well because they have all the sort of attributes that our Matastic does. So you can stamp onto here, you can colour onto here with your alcohol markers, or your you can heat emboss on here as well. So all Matastic properties you have in these, but they're buy one get one free. An essential, I would say, for your crafty stash. Then we have, oh, I'll show you this one first. We have a high tack tape mega buy. Oh, I've used a lot of high tack tape recently.
Me too.
This is a great deal. So this includes 10 rolls of, oh my goodness.
Of 5
so you're gonna get 10
meters.
rolls all together. How many is that all? So you're gonna get
50
5
meters of tape.
You're gonna get 50 meters of tape. You get 5 of each size. That's incredible. So you've got your 6mm one, which is your one for sort of like your thinner boxes. But then if you're sticking sort of like bits to apertures, or you've got those you using maybe acetate,
Yeah.
then this one's a great one for that. So £9.99, you're going to get 50 meters of red tape. An essential.
Oh, and a crafter's favourite.
Honestly, what a good deal. I can imagine that loads of people are going to be adding that to their basket. And then, before we go back to Rebecca, we have one of our favourite die selections that we do here for you at Hunky Dory. Our Moonstone dies on the edge sentiments. So we've got 2 different ones for you here, and look at that, half price, £7.99. We have our everyday sentiments, so we've got happy birthday, best wishes, congratulations, thank you, and with love. And we're also doing the same deal on our Christmas ones. So these ones include Merry Christmas, Deck the Halls, Season's Greetings, Merry and Bright, Let It Snow, and Jingle Bells. So you can see how they work on the back. You've just got the cutting line, so these letters will sort of like stand over, and there's so many ways in which you can use these as well. So both our Moonstone on the edge dies are now £7.99. Rebecca,
Yes.
what are we doing?
Oh, we're going to do a little bit of an ombre card today.
Oh, exciting.
So exciting, because I think those Duotone paper pads, they just call for it.
Okay,
So
I'm excited to see this one.
Yeah, so am I. I've not done it start to finish, but I've done pretty much all of the way there. So let's just see how it turns out. Okay, so first of all, I'm going in with an 8x8 card blank, and I'm going in with my Burnt Sienna and Apricot Burst Duotone paper pad. And we're going to bring in those on the edge sentiments as well. You know, these on the edge sentiments were the first dies I ever bought.
They are such a good die to
Yeah.
have in your stash. They really, really are.
Yeah, the first die cutting machine that I bought was about 18 months ago. I bought myself the MIDI. In fact, maybe a little bit longer than that, actually, just over. And I was looking at dies, and they were just the ones that I thought, I'm going to get so much use out of these, so much love. And, you know, if you have recently invested in a die cutting machine, get these on your list, because I can't tell you how many times I've used them. They're so great. Okay, so what I've actually done is, as Natalie was like sort of picking and flicking through all the different shades, I've actually got 1 page out of each of the shades to just give us, because they're all the same colour, just in different tones.
Yeah.
So you know that they're going to match absolutely beautifully. So I've kind of got some strips here. Let's see where they are at. I've got all sorts of strips and squares and crazy things going on this morning. So let's kind of get these in order. I've got a little bit of ink knee there as well. So going from sort of like the lightest, like, don't they just look delicious?
It's so nice. I love this colour selection as well.
Oh yeah, you do love a little bit of orange, a little bit of apricot.
Love a little bit.
Absolutely. So let's cut these down to sort of, let's go in at sort of 2 inches, I think, for each of these strips. And then because it's light as well, you can get all 5 of those pieces under your trimmer. Yeah. If you were trying to do 5 pieces of Matastic, I think you'd need a new blade.
you'd struggle. I think it'd do maybe 3 and sort of like notch the 4th one.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but it's good to know that this works perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and they're already cut down to 8, so that's perfect. So yeah, let's go in with that. So Let's lay our card out to this kind of fold, just the normal sort of standard fold, and let's sort of start layering these strips up so I kind of know where I want them to be. I'm going to lay my card right on this cutting mat because it's so handy for measuring when you're building up your card bases. And let's bring in our on the edge sentiment. So I'm going to have 4 on these rather than doing all 5 because I don't want it to stick out at the top or the bottom. I want them to all be nice and hidden because it's the most, especially if you are beginning out as well, it's the most sort of forgiving way to kind of hide these. So let's kind of do that now. We'll just get, and you can tell they're well loved, they're covered in tape. Absolutely, my packet's shredded to bits, but I just can't get enough of them. I love the mixture of typography in them as well.
Yes, they are really nice.
Yeah, this With Love one is a particular favourite of mine because it's just really nice, curvy, soft edges. I might actually bring that corner punch in again as well to do this, to sort of have a little bit of fun with this card. So you can line it up wherever you want. If you lean it to the top, you're going to have a really nice chunky border.
Yep.
If you leave it to more the end, you're going to leave a skinny border. It will leave that behind for you. So I'm going to cut it out once for you to just show you how it cuts.
Yeah, and these are great because you can pop them on your card blanks as well. So those card blanks that we had earlier on,
oh yeah,
you can use them in so many different ways for that. So there's a few different ideas I remember doing when these launch. So you can have them sort of like on the side of your card.
Yep.
You can have them, you can cut a piece of 8x8, 8x8 anything, whether it's this paper pad. You'd probably need a cardstock weight. So Ink Me, Adorable, Scorable, Matastic. You can cut it at 8x8, pop it on your mat like Becca's doing, and then lay your die over it at the 4-inch mark, cut that out, then add your score lines in at 4, pop it, sort of like refold it back over, and you've got the word across the top of your card.
Oh, yes, I've done that. It's really nice. I did it with the thank you one. Yeah,
that's a really nice way to do it.
Such a fun technique.
If you're someone who likes to cut into your card blank, say you've got a 6x6, then you can have a 2-inch panel. You can measure 2 inches from the bottom of your card up, then put your die across.
Yeah.
Then sort of cut, say, to 4 from 4 at the top, and then you've got it in this sort of like centre of your card, and you can add a bit of acetate behind it to hold it together.
Yeah, such a good idea. Why do you tell me these when I've not got my notebook and I'm in the middle of demoing?
On an angle, you can do it on an angle. That's always a really cool way. There's so many ways to do these. Just on the edge of any card, they're going to look amazing.
They look amazing.
So many fun things you can do.
They really do. Yeah, there's just so many ideas. Get writing some of those down. So as you can see, it just cuts off, and whatever's left behind at the edge, it just cuts in. It doesn't cut it out for you, and then you just snip it off to however you want. I always kind of like to hide them because they're really, really nice and forgiving. So let's go in with some of these strips. I've cut them ahead of time, and again, I've done them in that sort of like ombre fashion.
Yep.
I actually think I'm just going to cut out one more of the really dark shade just in case, because I'm kind of wanting to go the opposite way round. So obviously I can just do that really, really quickly for you guys, and you've already seen how it cuts out, so that's perfect. So I'll just pop that through the machine again, just so that I have that really amazing deep apricot burst colour. So we'll get that through.
I think it's such a nice colour at any time of the year as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. You can imagine it obviously in summer, but I think some of the paler shades would be great for spring as well. And
yeah, and the darker ones are perfect for that
autumn. Yeah, of course, definitely. Oh, absolutely. So again, just snipping that out. And then we've got all our die cuts kind of ready to go. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start layering these up. I think I'm going to start right from the top and sort of line them up and get them down with my construction glue. You can use tape, but I just kind of want the wiggle room with this, just so that I can get them at a really nice measurement and get them all nice and neat and straight. And with them not going on to mirror, you can use your construction glue. It's just going to be great.
Construction glue, you could use your glue sticks as well.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah, they're great for the glue sticks, aren't they? Because they're so nice and light. So again, just kind of lining that up there. Just going to smidge that bit of glue. And then this is where we're going to start with our With Love dies. So just bringing in, I'm going to go in with our high tack tape because it's so great for these little skinny dies on these small borders. So perfect. So I'm just going to kind of line up a little piece. And I know it's not 100% straight because I've done it in 2 seconds flat, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to hide it behind. Okay, so I'm just going to peel that off, and then I'm just going to stick that kind of just in the middle of my cardstock. So just really, really nice. This obviously just holds straight away, so just going to go in and line it up really, really nicely. So just pop that little strip behind. We don't want any of that showing. Okay, and then we're going to get going.
Oh, I love the way this looks already.
It's gonna turn out really nicely, I think. Obviously, your middle shade is going to be the same colour because, yeah, you've only got 5. But it just looks so, so pretty. So let's finish getting this layered up. Again, I'm just going to use my sort of trusty high-tack tape just on these really nice. And again, if you want to make it a little bit less fiddly, give yourself really chunky borders. It depends on how you kind of like to craft, but if you know that you kind of need that sort of like forgiving border, just do it that way. So I'm just going to turn that round just so that I get it.
And if you weren't going to do this sort of like technique that you're doing here as well, what you could do is just cut it straight onto that strip, couldn't you? Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I just personally don't trust myself to do that on the camera. But yeah, absolutely. I do quite like to do that at home when I've got a bit more time, because again, it just saves it makes your cardstock a lot more, your paper a lot more frugal. You can definitely be a lot more frugal with it. So again, just going in. If you've got all the different Duotones paper pads as well, this would look really nice in like a rainbow colour. Oh, definitely. Yeah, that would look lovely. But I just love all the tones in here are just so stunning. It's the same colour, but it's almost kind of monochromatic. Yes. Because that doesn't necessarily have to mean black and white. It can just mean, a single colour palette. Yeah, exactly. Which I'm just a huge, huge fan of. And again, I think it's so, so fashionable. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my corner punch and just soften these edges up a little bit. I feel like I've given it so much love in the past couple of weeks, that corner punch. It's so handy. It is super, super handy. And it changes the look of a card straight away. Yeah, definitely. And just doing it on, there's all those sort of like 5-minute tips and techniques to just give your card a totally different feel and a different look, like Natalie said. So I'm just going in with my last die, this palest one, and then we will get this card all finished. I'm so excited for it. It's just the most... I think Apricot Burst is definitely the right name. It really does remind me of like a summer sorbet. Okay, so again, sort of lining that up. Again, you can measure it if you want to as well. And I'm just gonna, again, yeah, they look really nice like that. And I'm just gonna cut that little bit of overhang just on there. But that's it, that's what you can do with these. It's so, so easy to just sort of go around and just finish your workings. So we've already got that one glued on, so let's glue all the rest together. So many people are loving this card, loving the colours. Good morning to everyone who's joining us. Good morning. Oh, we've got someone, Lorraine says, my daughter can wiggle her ears. She uses it as a party trick. We were saying on Monday, I think a lot of people do it is a party trick for a lot of people. I don't think it's an everyday occurrence. No, absolutely not. It would be quite impressive to do that at a party. So again, I'm just going to line these up and start putting them in sort of 1-inch segments. So just lining them up, pressing down a little bit where that die is because the paper's a tiny bit thicker. While Rebecca is sticking this down, I'm going to let you know that there's also a few things on offer on our website that I'm not going to show you today, but get over and have a look, because we've got acetate on there, we've got glue sticks, and we have foam pads all on offer as part of our Super Saver deals. So head over to the website to see the full list of everything that we have included for you as part of our Super Saver deals. I feel like it's not Super Savers without foam pads. It's not, is it? It's really not. It's the best time to get them. Everyone uses them. Always, always, always. If you're watching us today and it might be the first time you're watching, or you've never watched a Super Saver show before, let us tell you now that you need to always buy your foam pads at Super Saver time at the end of the month. Always, because they are normally probably always on there, and they are on great deals. So don't buy them at full price. Get them at Super Savers because it is a great time to see them. I love this card.
Oh, it's coming together now. We're just on the final bit. So
and something else as well, just to say that's a little bit different for you, is why don't you think about possibly chopping into this as well. So say with your everyday ones, if you just wanted to use happy, then you could just have a small bit of happy. You could have thank on it, but I'm pretty sure maybe you could take the S off the congratulations. So you've got like thanks, and you can have that running down. You could do that the same with love. So you can have it as many different sort of variations as that as you wish.
Yeah, of course. I think that's the best thing about that. Again, you could just use some of them, like just individual letters as like initials would be so nice. So what I've done is I have just gone ahead of time and die cut. This is, I'll bring it in. I was going to die cut this live, but I think I'm so desperate to squeeze my third demo in. So it's the butterfly trail from the Moonstone Mini. Obviously I've not gone with the trail because that cuts in, but they are just the most beautiful butterfly embellishment.
So nice down that side.
They really do, don't they? So I'm going in with our foam pads, which are on offer, of course, and I'm just going to lay them just on the antennae, just so that the wings just give it a little bit of movement and a bit of dimension to my card. I don't want to be sticking them down. So I'm just going to grab that off my scissors because
Kirsty's joining us for, and she wanted to say, I didn't get a chance to say hi last time because I was at work. Today's half term for me.
Oh, happy half term, Kirsty.
But she said, thank you for adding the 1mm into the Super Savers. You are very welcome. If there's ever anything that you use all of the time that you would like to have as part of our Super Saver deals, or maybe we've got a trolley dash coming up, we can add them onto there. Let us know what is something that you really would like to see on offer.
Oh, definitely.
We'll speak to Dan. So email studio@hunkydorycrafts. We'll speak to Dan. We'll get him to add it to the next up and coming shows so that we can offer you the amazing products that you want to have.
Really want to see
on these deals, because that's what it's all about. It's about giving you the best deals, the best opportunities to buy the stuff that you want.
Of course.
So let us know.
Some of these Super Savers on our show today have been because of customer requests. Yeah. So I'm just going to lift those little wings off.
It looks so cute.
Oh, it looks so cute.
It's really, really nice.
With one paper pad, just a few strips. Absolutely. I bet that costs absolutely pence to make as well. And it just looks so effective with all the colours kind of running down. I've softened the corners with the corner punch just to give it that sort of uniform feel. And then that is all our beautiful duo design.
It's super, super simple, but it's so stunning.
Oh yeah, I love clean and simple cards.
Really nice, so nice. Okay, I'm just gonna have to. I should have got this prepared earlier, but I was too engrossed with what Rebecca was doing. So next up we have for you an offer that we have only ever done once before, and it was crazy. It went so mad that I remember myself and Sam bubble wrapping these boxes.
Really?
So that they could get them out as quickly as possible because everyone loved them. They're our Western boxes. They are every single size, I'm going to bring them all out for you, are 25% off. Now, I think my mum even bought these last time. She used them in her nursery for organising storage boxes and things, but we've got loads and loads on offer for you. This one is an amazing size. If you're someone who collects 12 by 12 papers and they're thin and they're so unorganised, get yourself one of these 12 by 12 boxes. They've got the lids with them, perfect for your larger papers. So we've got that. We then have the trusted A4 topper collections, maybe loose bits of cardstock that you've got left over from kits. Get this one because they're perfect. We use them in here to house our ink pads so we can easily see what colours they are. So we've got our ink pads in there because they're super, super easy for just picking off and getting them out of there. We've got A5 boxes for you, and this one has some of our foam pads and tapes in. Then we've got the sticker box, which is the perfect size for any of your gemstones. You can pop them in, any little bits of embellishments as well. We've got A6 boxes which fit your prism markers in for you, so you can put them all in here. You could have different boxes for different colours. And then we've also got the embellishment boxes, which are these super tiny ones. Die cuts.
Really deep though.
They are super, super deep. Die cuts they're perfect for. Things like this, buttons, they're really, really useful for. But 25% off every single size that we have available. You can go on the website, you can pick and choose which ones you want, and they'll all come to you bubble wrapped. So hopefully there won't be any damage when they arrive with you, but all of them are now 25% off. And it's such a good deal. It is such a good deal. Then we have for you, and I mentioned that these work together perfectly before. So if you've just added your Duotone paper pads to your collection, then why not add your 50 Shades of Core Essential Matastic Adorable Scorable. So in here you get 50 sheets in total. It's a whopper of a deal. 50 sheets in total. I know. 25 colourways, £8.99. Let's just flick through this so you can see what colours are going to be arriving to you. You can see there you've got that really nice mustard, that apricot colour that we just used in that card. You could use that. We've got the green, the black, the brown, and then the most beautiful salmon colour. £8.99 if you want to get your hands on the Matastic Adorable Scorable Core Colourway 50 sheet pack. We said it was essential. We said it was stuff that you were going to use every single day, and it really, really is. Another one we've got for you is our little books.
Yay!
Little books are all on a bog off. So you can get these, buy one, get one free. And there's so many available. Some from our most recent launches, our Perfect Days Decollage, our Memorable Moments, Muddy Paws.
Oh yes.
Muddy Paws, buy one, get one free. And remember, this one has all of those dogs in. So if you love this collection, you can get some more of these perfect pooches. We've got some older ones as well, some blasts from the past. So we've got Peony Promise here, some beautiful sentiments inside that one. Or how about the little book of thank yous? All of them, buy one, get one free, and you can see the whole range of little books by heading over to the website. Click on the Super Saver banner because everything will be there, hunkydorycrafts.co.uk. Go and have a look. And then finally, the last thing to show you, when you've made all these amazing cards using your card blanks with your Matastic, with your Duotone paper pads, you want to sell them, then you need something to put them in. Well, we have an amazing deal on all of our clear display bags. They are 30% off. So what we've got for you here is just a selection. We've got 5x5, we've got C6 for your A6 cards, 6x6, 7x5, 7x7. We've got the DL ones.
And I think these are on due to customer requests as well. So we really do listen to you guys.
We have our C5 seller bags and 8x8. All of them 30% off. So get over to the website, get them in your basket. While you can, all of the offers that we've shown you today, again, up until the 6th of March, you have to get these super save deals. So if you're watching and you've not been paid yet, don't worry, you can get them next week. I'm very excited for this next demonstration, so let's get into it.
Oh, I'm so excited. Definitely. Emily was like, that's the best till last. We'll save that one.
Yes.
So I'm bringing in our little books. I'm bringing in our, funnily enough, I'm bringing in our clear bags.
Okay.
I'm very excited. I've seen this kind of idea knocking around for ages, and yesterday I was like, right, it's time I learned how to make this. So super excited. So we are going to make, shall I bring it in? We are going to make a clear bag frameless shaker card. I'm going to make this design today. You can do it in a couple of different ways.
I'm excited to learn how to do this.
I've brought in another sample as well of how you can use it in a different way. So this one is matte and layered and just stuck to the front of the card with your embellishments. So we're not going to make this one.
Super cute.
They're very cute, aren't they? And just
such a good idea though, because you're not having to use like dyes and things to hide your workings, or
no foam
pads. Glue, no foam pads.
No.
Such a great idea.
Absolutely. So let's show you guys how to put it together. If you want, you don't even have to use a card blank.
What?
I know. It's you do need ink me and stuff like to make the base, but yeah, you don't
Okay.
necessarily need a card blank if you don't want to. So let's start kind of building this up. So what I have done is we're going to build up the first little bit first. So this is the, we're going to get to the shaker part, do not worry, but we'll just do all our sort of like boring kind of mats and layers. So I've kind of got our cellophane bag, and this is for a 7x5. So as you can see, it's designed to fit a 7x5 card. It's not 7x5.
So it's a little bit bigger.
It's a little bit bigger. Obviously, you can seal this tab up so you can make it a little bit shorter, but the width on it is 2 notches under 5.5. So that is what I have cut our mirror to, and that is going to be our sort of card size for this demonstration. If you want to at home, you can just have a little bit more of a play around. So let's get going. I've brought in a piece of our soft marble from the Duo Designs, which we haven't got on the Super Savers, but it's an absolute essential anyway.
I'm
so
pretty sure they'll be on a deal though. They
yeah,
always
of course,
normally
they
are.
always are. So let's cut this to 5.25. And then 2 notches under the 7. I did experiment with a couple of other mats and layers, but I just really liked this soft marble the best, so I'm sorry. So let's get that stuck down with some finger lift tape. And then we can get making our shaker. So just going to use 3 pieces of finger lift tape on the back of this and stick it onto our mirror mat. Our little book's going to go straight on top with our little book page.
I think lots of people are going to be buying these cello bags to do this idea, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's actually a really easy technique to do. If you have never made a shaker card, I would say this is probably easier. So we've got our ink meter the same size. So now we have got one of our little book mirror mats, and we're going to go in with our memorable moments, which I just love that we've got them all on. You know, it's not like old ones or ones from the past. Like, we've genuinely got our most recent launches
It's crazy,
here.
isn't it?
It really is. So I've gone with this beautiful sort of wedding card to make it sort of that, you know, because once we get our shaker on, it's really going to look
It'd be like confetti.
confetti. Yeah, that's what Emily said. Absolutely, it's exactly like confetti. So it's super, super appropriate. And I love the artwork in this. You know, I would say this, even if you don't buy the Memorable Moments collection, some of these images are so useful and so, like, there's not an occasion we haven't got in there.
No.
So I would say definitely get this one into your basket just for the amount of quick, easy cards that you're going to make with it.
Janet Burgess, the deal on the Western boxes is 25% off all of the boxes that we have on our website. So if we do have those 8x8 ones, I'm not sure if they're ones that we have, but if we do have them, they will be included in that deal. Susie, I was busy in the warehouse before I came onto Hunky Dory TV, so my engagement ring is on my desk because I don't like to wear it when I'm out there. Don't want to get it ruined.
Yeah.
But I forgot to put it back on. Don't worry.
She's still engaged. It's
I'm
still
still
happening.
engaged. The wedding is actually booked.
I was just about to say, are we allowed to tell people?
The wedding is actually booked.
Oh.
This time next year I will no longer be a Musprat, which is quite sad actually.
You are going to be Mrs. Eagleton.
I'm quite sad about losing my surname because it's different. There's not many of us around, but I am happy
it is an
about
unusual surname,
about
isn't it?
it.
Okay,
Don't worry.
so let's get our clear bag and start putting this together. So just so that I don't waste any of my sequins, I'm just going to go in with my practice card and use the same ones, just so that we can be real. I'm just the most frugal crafter, I can't help it. Okay, so let's cut that off. Okay, so what we have is we've got a piece of acetate just to really strengthen the front, because this is going to be the front of my card is going to be this plastic bag.
Okay.
So
yeah,
we
so
need
you need something in there to keep the strength, don't
yeah,
you?
definitely. So I've cut my acetate down to the same sort of size, which is like 5 1/4, just over
Okay.
to sort of 7. So we're going to pop that in there, right to the top, and then we are going to pour our sequins in. So what I'm going to do actually is, if I've got it with me, yes I do, I'm going to just give it a little, just a little buzz with the anti-static bag. You don't really need to go too crazy, unlike when you make the other kind of shaker cards where you have to do every centimetre, get
Yeah.
your hands nowhere near it and say a mini little prayer. You don't really have to do that with this one.
No.
So let's just pour our sequins in. So these hearts are actually from when we celebrated your engagement, Nat.
Oh.
And the green ones are just normal hunky-dory ones, but I just kind of wanted to get a really nice mixture.
Cute.
So let's just start pouring those in. So we've got all these cute little, and you can use whatever sequins you have in your stash. Like I say, the pink hearts are just, like I say, ones that we bought Nat for engagement, but like I say, the green ones are in all these cute little hunky-dory pots. They're so beautiful. As you can see, I've used...
You could use the silver ones in there, couldn't you?
Yeah, the gold ones.
The gold ones would work because there's like little hints of gold in that just married selection.
Yeah, definitely. So
this is going to be so cool.
What we want to do is, right, let's get this seal off. It really is going to be cool. I'm really excited for this. I just could not wait to demo it. Okay, so we're going to line that up on there, nice and tight. And then we're just going to fold that bag over and just give it a really, really good stick down on that side. Okay, so, yep, as you can see, it's standing up.
That is incredible.
So obviously to hide all these messy kind of workings, we want a piece of ink me, so we're just going to pop that on there, and it'll give like the back of our card a little bit of stability. Now, going over the plastic, I am going to go in with my red tape.
That's incredible. I can't believe that has held so well.
I know. The acetate, you need to use, and ideally the heavyweight acetate.
Yes.
Because it is for a card front. So let's just pop some of our red tape on here. And you know, you get 50 in a bag. So if you're not, you know, if you're not selling as many cards as what you were, like, you know, before the pandemic and stuff, or you're not selling cards anymore, perhaps, this is a great way to use them.
Just having these different ideas, because think about sort of like shaker apertures as well. Do you know when you just want a little bit at the front, and then you've got an image on the inside of your card, then that's such a good idea because it saves, like you say, the amount of weight that you're using. You're not having to layer up loads and loads of cardstock to create it. It just slides in and hides beautifully, and it's such a good effect.
It's a really, really cool effect. I
think lots of people are going to be trying this out.
Okay, so let's just give this a little whirl. So that's what my card's going to look like. If you want it to be just completely sort of like windowless, you can cut the other end and take that round the side, or etc. Or like I say, if you want to stick it straight onto your mats and layers, you could make it in this design. So this is the clear bag here, and then it's behind mats and layers.
So you've just popped in your cardstock inside the bag.
Yep.
Taped it down.
And stuck it on the white. Yeah,
Such a good idea.
Embellished it with some ribbon and some little book. This is a little book page. I just wanted to show another idea for it without sort of doing an extra sort of fourth demo with it, because you get the same effect but in a different kind of way. So yeah, absolutely beautiful. And this uses one of our card blanks as well that we've got on the show.
Incredible.
So, super exciting, and it means all your shaky bits, there's no like sort of foam pads for them to get stuck on, or little book pages. And let's get this all stood up.
Such a good idea. I love the fact you've used it as the full front of the card as well. So clever. I loved watching you make that. It was so fun. So that is all we've got time for today. Our Super Saver deals are sticking around though. You can get them up until the 6th of March. So do not worry. We've got them on running until next Sunday, so you have that whole time, whether you want to get these deals, whether you think about them for a little bit longer, you can add them to another order, they'll still be around, but we're back here tomorrow. It's Anne-Marie and Kat for another really fun show that I'm very excited about, so make sure you're here 10 a.m. tomorrow. Thank you for your demos today, Rebecca.
Thanks,
very inspirational, and we will see you back here tomorrow for another inspirational day with Kat, I am sure. See you later.